Hello, YouTube! It's the Brick Adjuster here with another episode of What? Today we have a special guest. We have
The Brick Zapper.
the Brick Zapper. So here it is. Enjoy! So our first question comes from No More Bricks. And No More Bricks asks, when are we getting a Maria's Library tour?
So I think you already put on your video.
Yeah, on my room tours I've shown the Lego.
Yes, the Lego.
But we haven't really gotten a book tour.
No, and I think in terms of the library, we used to have one of the boys' rooms when we only had one.
Yeah.
As a absolute book room.
Yes.
And we've since moved it to our bedroom. So
Yeah.
our bedroom looks cozy to me anyways because our bed is right beside all of my bookshelves. I probably have over 500 books. But my books are kind of boring, I'm sure, to most.
Everyman Library.
Yeah, so the publisher's Everyman Library books, and they are these hardcover classic books, modern classics, classics, contemporaries, and some children's books that are actually in the boys' book shelf. But in terms of a book room tour, I don't...
On the Brick Zapper channel?
No, it's okay.
On Nick's Brick Life?
No, it's okay. Like, you already featured the Legos. I think that's more than enough. It'll be a secret from here on.
That's for the Book Zapper.
The Book Zapper, correct.
Okay. Next question comes from Mardi Gras Man 23, and Mardi Gras Man 23 asks, what does the Zapper think about your Lego budget or lack thereof a budget?
The question is, what does the Brick Adjuster think of my lack of budget or my budget thereof?
Oh, of books?
So ultimately, I mean, we are pursuing this as our hobby. In terms of what people spend their money on,
I know other hobbies are more expensive than
right,
Lego.
I think so. We think so. Other than the Lego and other sort of, we are collectors at heart. We have other several collections, Lego being maybe the most for Nick.
I try to be sensible. When buying sets, I usually wait for the 20% off sale at Toys R Us.
Correct.
Like, for example, I want to get all the Ninjago Legacy sets for the Golden Ninjas.
Okay.
But I'm going to wait until it goes on sale 20% at Toys R Us.
That said, we do have a lot of Lego, but this is our main vice when other people have other vices out there, call it, right?
I do buy sets on Lego Shop at Home, but usually I'll wait for the gift with purchase and then get those sets to equal an Amelia Earhart or 8 Amelia Earhart.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. We always tell our kids, work hard and one day you can buy all the toys you want too.
Yes. Next question comes from Clock Riker. And Clock Riker asks, do you think there will be more Lego architecture sets in 2021?
I haven't seen any this year yet.
Yeah,
nothing.
I haven't heard any news for Lego architecture sets in 2021. Like last year in 2020, they came out with 3. So they came out with the Tokyo Skyline.
They're only skylines though, right?
Yeah, well, Tokyo Skyline, Dubai Skyline, and they came out with a bigger White House set.
Oh, right.
So not the first one I got, but a bigger one.
That's right.
But normally, I was checking, and normally they usually release 5 to 6 different sets.
So who knows if the market for that really isn't as popular or as large as other markets for like the Ninjagos or the
According
Star
to
Wars.
Brickstat, I think they have been 54 Lego architecture sets in the
and you have
career.
All 54.
I think so.
Okay. I guess we'll stay tuned, all of us, for architecture sets.
Next question also comes from Clock Riker, and Clock Riker asks, which building would you like to see in the Lego architecture theme next year?
Next year, not this year?
Or this year or next year, I don't know.
Soon. What other cool buildings are out there?
I was thinking maybe a Toronto skyline.
Yeah.
But the only buildings I could think of for Toronto would be the CN Tower and then the Sky Dome / Rogers Center.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I was like, Casa Loma? Maybe like a Casa Loma, it's like a castle.
Maybe. But we'd be surprised too, right? Like when they determine all those skylines, we didn't know the other cities' major skylines
but
either.
we know Toronto, and can you think of another big building besides the
because
CN
we're always
Tower?
so focused on like other cities.
Yeah.
But it is a beautiful skyline. Like I'm sure there's like a TD building. You know, they'll call it something or another. There's that building where we go for that brunch with the arches inside.
Okay.
Right?
Maybe.
So I'm sure there's something. Like that's where the Hockey Hall of Fame is. It's an old building.
Okay,
right?
I guess they can have a little Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily like sites, but I'm sure some buildings are called certain names for it. Like the Sears Tower, for example, in Chicago is the Sears Tower.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, okay, Sears owns it.
As for actual buildings, I was like looking for famous buildings, and do you know Saint Basil's Cathedral in Moscow? Mm-hmm. I'll show a picture.
That's cool.
But that's a nice, colorful.
Yes.
Even though the architecture sets, some of them are colorful.
Yeah.
but the older ones are basically white or
But it would be good to like see that because again, it is very iconic, right? And there's also the Notre Dame Cathedral,
Yeah, Notre Dame.
right? Because that's also in
where-
Paris.
Paris, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was in the Paris skyline. I don't remember now.
Maybe, but like something bigger would be cool. But then I don't know if people might not want to veer into more religious areas.
Yeah.
Like you have the Taj Mahal, which isn't anything religious. It's commemorative to Shah's loved one.
Yeah, they came out with a big
Right?
Taj Mahal, but
Yes.
not a small one. But I was
Yes.
able to find like a little micro Taj Mahal.
To get that.
And so I made one of
Yeah.
those.
It's interesting. It's always like a question of like, well, how do people who are in the power to make things decide what to feature?
Yep.
Right? So.
I was also thinking Mount Rushmore, maybe a Mount
Oh,
Rushmore.
that's cool.
Or even like
Yeah.
the pyramids,
Yeah.
something like the pyramids.
Yeah, I was thinking the pyramids too. Like in terms of like iconic what's
Yeah.
out there. Structures, right? Even like the Inca temples.
Yeah.
I can't even think of them. I know it's Moctezuma was an emperor there.
I'll show a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, last question comes from Just Lego 101.
Mm-hmm.
And Just Lego 101 asks, what is your favorite Lego Star Wars set line?
What's the set line?
Yes,
set?
I wasn't really sure what he meant by set line.
So is
but
it like-
I remember back.
Generations, like you know how now we have like the Mandalorian, that's a
Yeah.
set line.
Well, I was thinking like the year, so like
Oh,
a year,
okay.
and then the sets that came
Okay.
out that year. And I remember back in around
Yeah.
2012 and 2013,
Yeah.
a lot of good sets came out, and we
Because you were
kind
just
of got-
getting into it and you just
Plus,
it's
I
like
didn't
your
have
first
them.
love, you know,
And
when
so-
you first got excited to like acquiring everything.
2012 was when Jabba's Palace came out, so that's
Yeah.
a really nice set. They haven't redone Jabba's Palace.
Yeah.
And then the very next year, 2013, they came out with the Rancor pit. And it was cool how Jabba's Palace can go on top
Yes,
of the Rancor
I
pit.
thought that was cool
and so it's
too.
like a bigger set.
Yeah.
And then also in 2013, Jabba's sail barge
barge,
came out. So
yeah.
it's kind of like that same theme, I guess, like
Yes.
Tatooine.
And I think part of it too is nostalgically, like those are scenes from the older movies, right?
Yeah.
So you get excited when they came out. I think that
And they weren't
has
just
a
like
link there.
spaceships. It was like a little set.
Structures,
scene.
buildings, scenes. Yeah.
Well, Spaceship 2013 also the Republic gunship came out too, which is that white and green.
Yes.
And I remember there was a sale at Barnes and Noble, and
we drove
I
for it.
showed you, and it was Jabba's sail barge and Republic gunship were both on sale.
Yeah.
And so we crossed the border and
For that day.
for that day. You remember that? And then
I do.
we went and got it. And then
missed
later
going there.
that same trip, at a Walmart, I was able to find the Gungan ship
Yeah.
that was on sale. That's from 2012.
Yeah.
And that was with the Queen Amidala
Yeah.
minifigure. And so I guess that 2012, 2013 line would be my favorite. And
Right.
they haven't really redone a lot of those sets
Right.
since that time. And it's 2021 right now. So
Yeah.
it's been a lot of years.
Yeah.
They just keep recycling the
Other ideas.
X-Wing,
Right,
the
exactly.
TIE Fighter, and
The Millennium Falcon.
some of the newer movies that have been coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my pick.
I don't have a specific line. I just like certain sets. So
So, for any guys, you can tell us in the comment. Do you guys have a Lego budget? What do you guys think about Lego architecture sets? Which Lego architecture sets do you think Lego should make?
and what's your favorite Star Wars line?
Yeah, favorite Star Wars line. Keep asking us questions in the comments. We will keep answering the questions
As best as we can.
And bye for now. So this concludes another episode of What? This is the Brick Adjuster and
Brick Zapper.
signing off. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in another video.
Bye.